Let me know if you can still hear me. So, from our class, right? So I noticed that we missed one or two things from the previous class. So we'll be starting from there. Then we'll move on to what we are supposed to do today. Okay. So, yeah. So this is where we stop. Okay. So this is Visual Studio Code, right? So I will run through this again, right? So that we'll still try and remember and catch up, because this is the application that we'll be using, right? So to carry out our activities as developers. So I said that VS Code is an IDE, right? So is the full meaning of IDE is Integrated Development Environment, right? So it's an application where you can use to write your code, you can use it to run your code, and then you can use it to debug issues, right? So, and I mentioned that once you open your application this way, okay, please give me 1 minute. Please confirm me if you can still hear me.
Yes, I can
We
hear you,
can
sir.
hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so like I was trying to say, we have our Visual Studio Code, which is our integrated development environment, our IDE, right? So, and I mentioned that you can access your settings from here, right? So where you can do so many settings. So if you come to this place, you can search for any settings that you want to check, right? So we check word wrap, right? And we turn it on. So, and I explain what word wrap is. So let me turn it on so that we'll see the difference. So if I turn off word wrap now, for instance, and you see this is my line one now, so it's something that is long. So I have to start scrolling to see what's on the left and on the right, right? So, but once you turn on word wrap, right? So it will wrap everything, such that I can see line one at a glance. So I don't need to start scrolling to the side to see what I have there. So that's what word wrap is all about. Then we also said that we can do our font size, but for me, I'll just leave it here like this. So okay, so we can also do our color theme. So we can change the theme from dark to let's say light. Okay, so you see that the theme of that this application has changed. So this was the one that we using initially, that we are now to like change to. I think this is fine. I think I like this. Okay, so we can leave this one like this. Yeah, this looks more beautiful anyway. So that's for settings. So you can access your themes here to those themes and color theme. Then you choose whichever one you want to choose. Okay, so and I also mentioned that by your left hand side there we have the Explorer. This is the Explorer, which is more like the folder. Then we have the search, right? So where you can search something. So so you see that I'm trying to search lorem now. So it's checking for what where I can see lorem inside is my index.html. So then so this is Git. We'll talk about this in maybe week 4 or 5, right? So then this is a tab for run and debug. Then we have our extension. So I think this is where we stopped last week. Sorry, last class, section 2, right? So for now, I want you to install two extensions. So just come here, click on extension, come to this search and type live server. Okay, so it will bring some output for you. So look for the one that has this 81 million downloads. Install it. You can turn off updates if you want to, right? Just to manage your data if you want to. Then come here too. and download prettier. This prettier will just make your code look very fine. Let's do something before we download prettier. Okay. You see that you see the way this thing is looking now, right? So if we now go ahead to now install prettier. So now there's one thing I want you to know about the extension. So there are various type of extensions out there. Right? So you see that this one is prettier ES length. Right? So this is for JavaScript and TypeScript. You but the one we want to download is this one, prettier, which is the code formatter. Right? So I'll just install, trust the folder, and then I want to turn off updates. So if you turn off updates, once there are updates on any of those extensions, so it will raise suggestions for you, um then you can update it. It's simply done. Okay. Yeah, so once you download this, just come here and let's apply. Okay, so coming, trying to check something. One more extension. Let me check. Yeah, so I think those are the two extensions that download for now. Okay. Yeah, we spoke about this. We spoke about this. We spoke about this and this. Okay, so you know that we did some command line when we open this PowerShell. So most of those things that we did on command line too, you can do it here on your VS Code terminal. So how did I open terminal? Right. So you can come here and click on terminal, or you use this shortcut control plus back tick. That back tick is usually beside number one by the left. Okay, so once you press it, so it's then I can do lists. So this is the only thing I have inside this folder. So let me see. So if I print work directory now, so I'm inside user Olusha, I'm on desktop, I'm inside class one. So if I want to make directory now, I can say week one section 3. Okay, so I've make a folder so I can list now. Then you see that I have both two items, week 1 section 3 and index.html. Let me play, then I can seed into week 1 section 3, then list, there's nothing inside. Then I can also make a directory and do so you see that I have testing.directory inside now, so I can declare that. Okay, so I have testing.directory. So with this one working, I said I was going to check this, but I didn't forget to check, the same thing. Said I was going to check this. So sorry about that. Okay, so this works. And then you release now, we'll see that we have text.txt, then we have testing.dir. So all this thing that we are doing, you can, if you come to this side now, to your Explorer, right? So you see week 1 section 3 that I created. Then you see testing dir that I also created here too. Then you see this text.txt that I also created. Then this testing.dir too. So I can change directory to testing.dir. Okay, then I should okay, let me move out of this and let's delete testing.dir. Sorry, testing underscore dir. You see that the moment I deleted it, it just disappeared. So instead of you to now come here, you right click, you click on delete, you click on rename, you come here, you add file, add folder. You can just manipulate everything from here, and then use your shortcut and then your chat, your terminal rather. So any question, at this point. Let me see. Do you have any question? Are you following me? Or have I been talking to myself?
Yes, sir, I am following, sir. I've been able to download Lifesaver. Server.
Oh, okay. So let's hit the ground running. If you're able to download the lifesaver, okay. Okay, let me clean up. Sorry, I want to try and clean up. Yes to all. Let me remove this index.html too. So list, everything is empty. Okay, so we are where we are now. Right. So this one is not in there again. Nothing here again. Don't know why this prettier is not working. So just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Or did I download the wrong one? This is the one. So let me restart this my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so if you come here, so let's create index dot wait. Should we put to create okay. Okay. So so you can come here, create a file, create a folder, refresh, and then collapse the folders. So I want to create a folder. So follow me now. So you're about to create your first website. Okay. So type index html, index.html. Okay. So once you're able to type that, you should have this file open there. Please give me 1 minute. Okay, let me run through this material first. Then yes, so we were trying to explain why developers use command line, right? So everything you can do by clicking, you can do faster and more repeatedly by typing. So that was what I was trying to explain. That instead of um, using your mouse, moving it up and down, you can just um, um, type it and then create files, delete file, move files, copy files, and all that, right? Let me show you something. So if I want to make a copy of this index.html, so you see that I have index.html, then I have example. Let's say inside this index.html, so I have this thing inside. Just so then I want to copy whatever I have inside this index.html. So I want to create another file. So you can just do copy cp index.html, that is copy this file. Then I will now give it another name, new file dot, but on the norms it's supposed to be the same extension. So once I do this and press enter, you will see here that I already have two HTML files by this action. Okay, so I have this, then I have this, so which contains the same thing. So it's just more like you copy and paste, right? So instead of you to now come here, right click, click on copy, then you come here, you paste, you will have just typed everything and then so that's what we are trying to explain here. Okay, so it makes works faster. So yeah, so we will explain all these things. Okay, so terminal navigation sheet. I think we've treated all this. So print one directory to print where you are right now, right? So while you are working. ls to list all the files and folders. Okay, cd to change the directory that is you want to move into a folder, right? So, and then cd dot dot to move up the directory level. So you want to move out of where you are and move just one step. That's cd. Okay. So we talk about make directory too. So you created a new folder. So to create a new file, notepad file.txt. So it creates a new file and also an empty file. Then to rename or to move a file, right? So you use mv old. This is the old file. Then this is the new name that I want to give it, right? Then to remove a file, you do rm. Remember that anything that you do with rm or rmdir for folder, it will delete it permanently. You won't see it in your this thing again in your folder or in your recycle bin. Okay, so these are common keyboard efficiency things that we can do. So I spoke about tab, I spoke about up arrow, I've not spoken about Control C. So Control C is to cancel or interrupt whatever you are currently running on your terminal, right? So and Control L clears the screen without losing your section. Okay. Reading a terminal error. So you see that as we progress, right? You can be running things on this terminal. Let me see if I can access one of my this thing here. Okay, if I'm able to access one of my files and this thing here, so I'll show you. Wow, this thing open today. Okay, let me just copy. Let me copy this. Let me copy this and then we'll try and run it. You see what I'm talking about. Where is that compress? I want to compress it so that I can easily move. Okay. Okay. Yes. So what I was trying to explain is at times when you run some jobs on your terminal, right? So once you run a job, right, you may see some errors, right? So how can you read the error, right? So we just talk about it briefly here, then we'll um, take it further later. So now, so if you are seeing an error on the terminal, right? So it's just best that you read it, right? Read it. So once you see that something went wrong or document does not exist, or you see a typo, right? So that is telling you that probably the document is not available. Yes, I think we've even seen an example of right. So let's say I want to say that I want to remove a file that is not available. Let me say file.txt. This file is not available, and I say I want to. So you see that it's saying that RM cannot find parts. Then this file because it does not exist, right? Then it's referring back to that line. So the reason why it's referring back to that line now, this line now, so it's telling me line one, character one, I remove file txt. That's where the error is coming from. So you know that when you run lines of code, you have a lot of lines of code. Then from your error, you can detect where that error is coming from. Okay. So once you're able to detect where the error is coming from, then you can go ahead to correct it. That's a practical way of then how to read it. So the terminal in almost always telling you exactly what is wrong in plain English on the last line. Okay, so if you now look at this last line now, you see that it's telling me that part not found, right? So and some other informations that you can see a PowerShell commands, remove item command. So it's telling me that the file that I want to remove is not found. So you can also see more information here too. So the most important thing is for us to be able to read it and don't just when you see error like that, don't just say this thing has shown error again. But try as much as possible to read it and then to understand what the error is speaking to. So what to do? Reread the command for typos first, right? Use tab completion to avoid typing full names, and then you ask for help if you are stuck, right? So now let me show you one quick tip. AI has AI has made things better. Okay, so sometimes some people don't even disturb themselves, so they just copy the whole error, highlight it, copy it, and then put it on ChatGPT. Okay, put on their ChatGPT and run. Okay, so I will advise you to start doing this one. So you see that it's saying that the error means that PowerShell is looking for file txt in your current directory, this directory, but the file isn't there, right? Under that exact name. Right? So it's not telling you what to do. do lists. Okay, if you don't use maybe if you don't see file.txt, then you search for it, right, using this PowerShell. So you can use this chat GPT now to learn in a productive way. Okay, let's say I said, how can I create a new file on PowerShell? Okay, so you can use it to learn in a very productive way. Okay, it's saying that you can do new item, then the name of the file. So new item, then file.txt. Wow, this works. This is what we've been looking for. Okay, so yeah, so if you now come here, you see file.txt. So let's remove file.txt. Then let's remove new file.html. Okay, then yeah, so you can still read down. Create a file with some text. Hello world greater than get content. So that would help you to get the content of the file. Yeah, so that is it. So now we are, I think we are on the last slide now. Yeah, so a few questions to just ask yourself. Right. So what command shows you which folder you are currently in? I want someone to answer this question now. So someone should answer this question. Number one, what command prompt will show you the current folder that you are currently in? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What command prompt will show you the current folder that you are currently in? Solomon. Okay, Pastor Emmanuel, you can go ahead. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, it's PWD now.
PWD. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for that. You are very correct. PWD. That's the command that will tell you which um, this thing that you're currently on. So now to the second question. Hope I'm still here. Okay. So to the second one, what is the risk with RM command? What is the risk with RM command that sorry, that doesn't exist with most GUI? GUI means graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So let me explain what that means. Let me explain what that means. Just 1 minute. So let me explain what that means. So if you come to Visual Studio Code here, right? So you know that I can create a new file from here, new item file.txt. Okay. I can also come here to create a new file. So if I'm coming here to say that, okay, let me create a new file or let me rename this one, then what I'm doing here is a graphical user interface, meaning that it's something I can see. And so, but this is command line now. So this question is now saying that if I use command line and I use RM to delete a file, what is the risk of using RM, right? Than using a GUI, graphical user interface. You see that if I say that, let me delete this file now. Did you see what happened? He said this file will be moved into recycle bin, so I can restore from recycle bin. But if you use RM here, RM file.txt, it will delete it permanently. There's no recycle bin. So that's the risk. That's the risk. So the last question now, if the error shows a red, sorry, if the terminal shows the red error message, what is the first thing you should do? Someone should answer this question. If the terminal is showing you a red error response like this one, what's the first thing that you're supposed to do? Something like this.
Read the first line carefully.
Yeah, read the first line carefully. Then if you don't understand, read the other parts. Okay, read the other parts. Okay, so that is it. That is the thing. So okay, wait, instead of even I can open this thing from here. Okay, so this is that elements that you are interacting with. So this is the source code. Okay, so I just want to show you something here. So I can run this application now. Don't worry about everything that I'm doing here. So just wait. So you will see that the first error that I got is that file name npm.psc cannot be found because running script is disabled on this system. For more information, see about execution policy from http go. So what this error is telling me is that it is either that node is not available, or that I don't have enough rights to run node here, right? So but then the next question will be that, okay, let me check if node is available. So I did node dash dash version, then that gave me version 2.24 point. So that tells me that node is available here. Then is about um permissions. So it's telling me here that I cannot run the script. So if you now look at the last line, like we said, right? So you see fulfill quality error ID. So unauthorized access, right? So that means I don't have access to run node here. Okay. So also, if you copy the error and just come to ChatGPT, right? It will explain the error for you, right, in a very clear way. Right. So you say this is a PowerShell execution policy issue, not an npm or Node.js installation error. Right. So PowerShell is blocking the npm scripts from running. Right. So it will not tell you so many things to do. Try this. If that works, then your node installation is fine. Then recommendation to fix user account. So now what this is saying is that we can then set the execution policy, right, to allow your user to use node. Don't worry about all this, right? So I will explain what node and everything is later when we get to backend development. Okay, so you just take that suggestion, then you run it here, set execution policy, the scope, then current user. This current user now is speaking to my user, then execution policy, and then remote sign. So once you run this, then let's try it again. npm run them. You see that the Egyptians that you see today, you see them no more. So that error is gone. So it's trying to run it now. Yeah, yeah. So you will see that it has run this application. So it's telling me it's an LM and I'm running it on Next.js and it's on development environment. So I can click on this to follow the link and then see what the application is all about. So yeah, so that's what I want to show you. So that's so what's now weekly deliverable. So by the end of this week, so today is already section 3 of week 1. So you should have been able to configure your VS Code now, right? So install at least 2 extensions, install Prettier, install Live Server, right? Then you should be able to explain what happens in your own words when you visit a website. So I'm expecting you to give me so you submit your assignment on that site. You see somewhere to submit assignment. Okay, then you should be able to complete those terminal exercise, create file, rename file, move, delete, and all that. So that is the end of week 1. Any question? Any question?
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I continue, sir?
Yes, please continue.
Okay. I so much appreciate, even though I am not doing it as because of the system constraint.
Yeah,
Now,
constraint.
I want to ask one question. This Visual Studio Code, can one buy it as this thing somewhere to install it?
No, I run you through how you can install it last week on Tuesday. So it's something you
I
can
was
just download,
I was trying to
right?
download it. The thing is, I was trying to download it through Google. It's not downloading.
Oh, that may be because of your system. Do you understand? So it may be because of your system. So you see here that I've even downloaded this thing like 3 times. Sef. Why am I downloading this thing? So it may be because of your
I don't
system
know.
or your internet. Can you see hear me?
Yes, I can. But I don't
And
know
so
what I'm asking is that if it is in software that one can buy.
if you okay like inside CD abi.
Yes, maybe somebody send it through Flash.
Yes, it's possible. And I can send it to you via WhatsApp too, if you don't mind. I can
Yes, I
send it to
will.
you.
You can send it
Yeah,
to me, sir. Yes, sir.
I will send it
I,
tonight. Don't worry
I
about
will appreciate, sir. Yes, sir. So maybe I will now run it through
it. All
my
right.
distance and see what will happen.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so let's try something. Let's create our first website with just a low word. So delete whatever you have right inside the folder that you opened on your VS Code. I hope you know how to open folder, Sha. Right, so I'm inside my class one folder now. Okay, so let me create new file. Index. So now press Shift and 1. It will show you exclamation mark, right? And it will show you this thing that is on my screen. EME abbreviations. Just press enter. So this is what we call boilerplate, right? So boilerplate more like just think about it as a a template, yes, for your website. So now navigate to this side that you have body, right? Press enter, right? So you will now just type what you see me type. You press less than h1, then close your. So now this thing that you see now is what we refer to as tags, right? So these tags now is what we call held header one tag, h1, hello world, h1 tag. Then we have what we refer to as the opening tag and then the closing tag. Don't worry, by the time we move into HTML fully by Saturday, so I'll start breaking all this thing down. Okay, right? So we have an opening tag, right? Then we have a closing tag. So the difference between the two, if you look closely, is that this one has just h1, right? So but this one has forward slash before h1. Okay, if you look at this title 2, title is also a tag here. Then this is the closing tag too. If you look at head also have an opening tag. This one also have a closing tag. Then body, opening tag, closing tag. Then HTML itself, opening tag, closing tag. So now, if you now come here, right click on this HTML and open with live server. That's the live server that you downloaded. Open with live server. Okay, just wait for it to load. So it will prompt you this to say that VS Code want to access your public or private network. Just say allow. Just say allow. So you see that this is the hello word that we type inside here. Notice something that he is not showing any other thing aside hello word. Okay, so this is hello world. So let's do something. Let's do something. Um, this one is H1. Okay, this is H1. So let's do H2. Hello world. Okay, let's do H3. Hello world. And let's do H4. Hello. So the heading tags that we have are from H1 to H6. So you will soon see the difference now. you will soon see the difference between H1 to H6. Between H1 to H6. Okay. So if you now come here, can you see? This is the H1. This is what display the H1. This is H2. This is H3. This is H4, H5, H6. For you to be sure now, let's do this so that you know that it's H. So this one is H2. Then this one is H3, H4, 5. So yeah, so you can see that okay, so this is the H1, this is for H6. So this should be your first coding project. Then come next class, we'll talk about other we'll go deeply into what tags are. So we have div, we have paragraph, we have list, ordered list, unordered list, and all that and all that, a lot. So we'll talk about them. Yeah, then paragraph and all that. So any question at this point? Any question? Any question?
Sir, please can you come again on how you arrived to that? When I pressed my own shift and I've forgotten the other thing that you pressed. It was only exclamation mark that I saw. I didn't see any other thing.
Okay. So if you press shift and you saw exclamation mark, you didn't see these suggestions.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Are you connected to the internet there? You should see it there, even with or without internet. You see it.
Shift and
Shift 1. So it will type exclamation mark. Then you
oh,
should give these suggestions.
it's not giving me the suggestions.
And you are connected to the internet.
Yes. Or maybe it is my network or something. I will try it
Are,
later.
are you joining the call with the system?
No, with my phone.
Okay, so this thing is actually default. It's default to VS Code. So it shouldn't even internet itself shouldn't even affect it. So if you don't see that option, that means you have to type everything one by one. So I will screenshot this thing and send it to you. Okay, I'll screenshot this thing and drop it on the. But if you make mistake in typing any of it, it will result to issues. Okay, any other concern, questions, comment? Let's ask that question. So,
Yes, sir. I want to ask you, could it be that when I created the folder index HTML, like it was doing an arrow down, and I saw that your own was
oh,
not.
wait. You created index HTML. I be index dot HTML.
Yeah, I did not put dots. Maybe that's where the
Eh?
problem.
When I recreate it as index dot HTML. So remember I said that for you to create a file will always have an extension. So the extension is this HTML. Right, so it's a
Okay.
website extension, right? So that's the singular reason why it can display like this onto index.html that you're seeing here. That's the only reason why. Did you get it now?
I'm still trying to do it. Yes, index.html.
So did you type the exclamation mark and it brought
No,
uh,
it is still showing the exclamation mark alone, even with the
are you
extension.
sure you are inside one folder?
Oh yes, it has brought it now.
So you see this title. Let me give us one expo to. You see this title. You can change it to whatever I want to change it to. Let me change something. So I'm changing this one to Solomon now. You will see that if you now come to this website, the name here, that to Solomon. So that's where that title is speaking to. So I've changed it to class 1. So that's the same way they got this chat GPT. That's the same way they got this meeting August cohort week 1 down. Do you understand? So that should be all for today. Except you have any question that you want us to treat. If not, to call it a day and then close for today. We started late, but my plan is for us to finish early today. Any question or concern?